guys, how you going? I hope you're all well. In this video I'm going to be having a bit of a chat to you guys around my work and other things, and I'm going to be getting ready for work as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a practicing social worker and I share my experiences, both social work and non-social work related, here on the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you're interested. I haven't filmed one of these videos in ages, like one of these like kind of chill, chatty kind of videos. It's been so long, but I felt like filming one. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so I just thought that, like, yeah, I'll talk to you guys a bit about my experiences at work, both at work and outside work, just, you know, regarding me being a social worker, especially like here on YouTube and stuff. I feel like I get judged in the sense that people assume that I take people's children away just because I'm a social worker. I don't know where that idea comes from. Like, I know, yes, there are social workers in child protection, but we don't all work with children. Like, I've never worked in child protection, so it's interesting. I don't know where that narrative comes from, but yeah, because all the negative comments that I've got have been like, you know, you people take our kids away from us and you don't even do any good for us, and I wish you all die, like things like that. And like, I've had like actual messages sent to me about people being racist as well. Like, yeah, so those are the kind of like sort of negative comments that I get because, you know, obviously I've been judged wrong. Like, and even if I did take kids away, like, do you know the background of that? Do you know where that comes from? Do you know why people's kids are taken away? Obviously people don't just get up and go take people's kids away. Anyway, there's a reason why I don't really spend time responding to negative comments. They don't do anyone any good. The next thing I wanted to talk about, I forgot to do my makeup. Oh my god, I'm not used to this thing. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was, I think it's a good idea, was judgments that I've experienced at work. I think clients do come in with, you know, made ideas about social workers and what they can do for them, and sometimes they can put these judgments on you because of beliefs that have been established in other experiences that they may have had. So I have made a video talking about me not giving advice and what that looks like and stuff like that. But yeah, generally you would experience clients coming in expecting you to know it all and have the answers for them, and you know, generally it doesn't work like that. Social workers, generally, we cannot, you know, give you all the answers, and we're not the expert of your lives, but people tend to think that we are because we're there to help. We should be able to give them the answers. Another thing is like expectations. I think sometimes clients become demanding sometimes because of their experiences and because of certain expectations that they have. Like, you know, at my service there are times where we're able to provide things like material aid and stuff like that, but that's not what we're funded for. It's a bit of an extra thing that we do for people that are escaping domestic violence. But sometimes clients misinterpret that. Because you help them once with something like that, they think that it's something you will be able to do on an ongoing basis. And trust me, no matter how clear you make it to them that you can't give this to them on an ongoing basis, chances are there will be a percentage of them that will come back requesting for more of this. And they don't seem to understand that, you know, you just don't have the capacity to keep giving these things to them, and sometimes they think that it's because you're not wanting to help. But it's like, if I didn't want to help, I wouldn't have given them to you on the first instance, and you wouldn't even have known that this is an option here at the center. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's interesting as well in itself. Other judgments that I've had at work is like, sometimes I get the vibe that people think I'm too young to be able to provide the support that they need as well. So you know, like sometimes you can just sense it, even though a person might not openly tell you that you know, this is what they're thinking. Sometimes you can just know that this is what they're thinking, because some of the responses that they might give to you, you might just know. Yeah, which is not unusual. Like other colleagues of mine have experienced similar, where yeah, clients have queried what qualifications they have, and you know, yeah, how long ago they've started working in the field and how much experience they have and stuff like that. So it's not unusual that clients will question these kind of things, and which is fair enough, especially if they're going to be open and vulnerable to you. Like obviously they don't want to share their story and then you can't provide the help that they want, so they want to be sure that yeah, you can give them what they need before they open up to you. So that's fair enough. But I think yeah, sometimes it's because of judgments around like, oh, she looks too young, or she doesn't look like she's someone who's experienced any difficulty in her life or anything like that. But it's like, even if whether I have or I haven't, this is not, I'm not about to give you advice. Like I'm about to help you identify things within yourself that you can use to help yourself, really. Because if I had all the answers, then that means I wouldn't even have any problems in my own life, which is not true. Like most social workers have their own personal problems. The fact that they help people doesn't mean that they have no problems of their own. So yeah, then, and I think sometimes yeah, clients don't necessarily understand that. So yeah, they assume that, you know, you need to have been through what they're going through to be able to help them. But it's not, and it doesn't necessarily come to that. It just comes to, you know, what's your practice? How do you understand, you know, what's going on for this client, and you know, what are the factors that have contributed to this thing and stuff like that. You know, those are the things that we consider, and it comes more from a book kind of. We use book theories and stuff like that to help people. We don't just go by, oh, I've experienced this before and so this is the answer I have for you kind of thing. Like it's more, yeah, it's therapy. It's a book. We've learned theories, and you know, we understand the way certain things work and why you might be feeling the way you're feeling, and that's why that's how we're able to support you. We're not able to support you because we've been through it before. So yeah, I've also had there was one experience where one client I was supporting over the phone. Actually, I didn't see her in person, and she was telling me what had happened for her. You know, recently I think there had been an abusive incident, but it was an on and off relationship, so the ex-partner kind of comes and goes and that kind of thing, and so she was having difficulty with him at the moment. And then yeah, so she was telling me the story of what's happened, and you know, me on the back, because you know, when you're on the phone, you kind of have to make an effort to make sure that the client knows that you're there and you can hear and you understand what they're saying, in comparison to, you know, them being physically there with you. Because if they're there physically with you, then you know, you nodding, they know that they're being heard and they know that they're being listened to. But if you know, they're not there with you and you're just talking to them over the phone, then you kind of have to be, you know, yep, okay, yep, I understand, yeah, you know, you have to verbally say things just so they know that you're there and you can hear what they're saying, right? And this lady that I was talking to, I was like, yeah, okay. Next minute she's like, oh, can you not do when I say something? And I said, oh, you know, I was just trying to make sure you knew that I could hear what you're saying and I understand what you're saying. And then, so I stopped doing I was like, okay, yep, okay, yep. And that's how I was responding to her. And then she's like, oh, can I speak to someone else? And I'm just like, okay, well, hold on, I'll see who's available. And one of my other colleagues was, so I put her through to that colleague and she ended up speaking to her. But it was like, what did you want me to do? You know what I mean? Obviously, there was nothing more that I could do. I was just trying to let you know that I could hear you and I could understand what you're saying. But to her, I don't know whatever was going on for her, those noises that I was making bothered her or something. I'm not sure, but it was just interesting, that one. But the reason why I talk about this is I think sometimes, you know, you might take these things personally. You might think it's a reflection of your work, but generally it's not. It's just the client. Like, they're probably pissed off, you know, they're going through their own thing, and then sometimes they take it out on you. So something to be aware of as well. Yeah, I haven't had, like, I do work in a what's it called, I'd say majority of the people in the area that I work in are like white Australians, but I haven't necessarily had, I have had, you know, some racial experiences, but that was just mainly like, there was other factors, you know, there was mental health, there was like drug and alcohol, there was stuff like that involved, and you know, they had come to access support, and because you couldn't give them what they wanted, then they would pull out the race card kind of thing. But I haven't necessarily experienced like racism from any clients outside of that. I think most of the women that come to my center are quite respectful, and are just there to get support. So whatever can be offered to them, you know, they are really grateful for. So yeah, and I'm very thankful for that, because yeah, I don't think it will go down well if that came up. So I'm glad I haven't had that experience. So guys, how are you guys doing? And you know, are you enjoying the content on my channel? I feel like my channel is growing, but it's very slow growth. It's literally crawling, which, you know, I'm still grateful for, because I do enjoy what I do, and I do like to share what I'm learning with you guys. But I do like to break it up a bit, you know, just for my own self-care. So if you guys have ideas about like what other things you would like to hear about on my channel, leave it in the comment section below, because you know, I love to know, just so I can break it up for you guys. I'm sure you guys will find it entertaining as well. The other thing I wanted to talk about, what was it? I feel so tired from work. Like, I haven't had a proper long break since I went to Europe, and then I went to Ghana. That was I think a year ago. Yeah, it was exactly a year ago, I think. So I mean, it's not a crazy long time, but I think in my work it is. So it has been a while, and I'm definitely in need of another holiday. At least I need to book one, even if I'm not gonna go now. I need to book one, just so there's something to look forward to, because at the moment I think that's part of the reason why I'm feeling so exhausted. So if you guys have any holiday destination ideas that are not too far away from Australia, suggest them, so then I could, you know, check them out. It's full on, and my new role is like on another level, kind of full on, because I'm having to balance like supervisor stuff kind of work with direct work, and it's been hard. It's been very hard, and for some reason all my clients that I have at the moment have a lot going on for them, so it just means that I have to do so much, and it's just been a struggle. This is definitely a role that I can't do on a long term. It's too full on, and for the pay difference, I don't know if it's worth it. It's worth it in the sense that, like, yeah, you get the experience and it looks really good on your resume, because now you've been in a more senior position, so it will open doors for you. But if you're doing it just for the money, nah, not worth it. So yeah, I'm grateful that I took the opportunity up, and I'm glad I did it, because I know it's definitely going to come in handy, and I'm learning so much from it. But it's just that, wow, it's a lot. Alright, so I'm done with my hair and my makeup, so yeah, I'm going to go and put on some clothes, and yeah, I'll show you that. I'm dressed pretty formal, but that's because I have a meeting outside of work. Generally, I'm really casual. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.